Are you curious about your timeline to winning a government contract? In this video, we're talking about a common question that every small business owner has as they're making the transition from the private sector into the government. Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Felicia over at FeliciaStreeter.com, where I help small business owners just like you make the transition from the private sector into the government sector. I help you guys navigate the government RFP process, add a new revenue stream to your business, and get your business AA ready so that you can have a solid foundation built so that you can take your business from where it's at, making six figures, on into the $1 million year as a government contractor and on to those $1 million government contracts. So if you're looking to grow your government contracting business, make sure you subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and go ahead and like this video. So today we're talking about the elephant in the room, the time frame to winning a contract, and facts you need to consider. One of my clients inside of my government contractor accelerator program won 2 contracts in less than 90 days of joining the accelerator. All right, so let's get into how long it takes to win a government contract. I know this is a question that many of you have, so let's answer that right here, right now. So here's the thing about government contracting. It is not a quick fix. If your business is in a place where you're in a need, you're urgent, like to get another contract, like it's very, very important. It's an emergency, like you don't know how you're going to make payroll next week or something like that. Government contracting is not that quick fix. So you want to make sure you have a stable company already built. You already have cash flow coming in, you're winning contracts, you have the money flowing, and that way it will allow you to learn the things that you don't know about government contracting and give you time to learn how to navigate the RFP process without all of the pressure. So how fast will you really win a contract? It depends. It depends on where are you starting from? What foundational things do you already have in place? Do you have your SAM registration already done? Do you already have your certifications for which you qualify? Do you already know how to navigate the RFP process? These are things that you need to consider. And if they're not in place, it's time to get them in place. And then, you have to know, what do you need to set up? So if you're making the transition from the private sector into the government sector, and you're thinking about, what do I need to do? How can I make it quicker? How can I get to the finish line faster? Then you have to see what deficiencies you have, right? And in order to see the deficiencies, you need to know what is required of you to be a viable company to win a government contract. So if you don't know what you need to have in place, I'm going to encourage you to grab my 5 keys to your $1 million year as a government contractor. It is a free resource I created. I'll put the link down below. Make sure you grab that, go through the checklist. It'll tell you where you need to focus as you're making the transition from the private sector into the government sector. So with all of that being said, I want you to comment below. Do you know how long it will take you to win your first government contract? I'll give you a hint. It's based on what you have in place and what things you need to put in place, first of all. But there's another thing you're going to want to consider, so I'm going to share that momentarily. But comment below. Do you know how long it will take for you to win a government contract? Let us know in the comments. Yes or no, no or yes. All right, so here's a key component that will affect the timeline of you winning a government contract. So say you're making the transition from the private sector into the government sector. So my first question is, do you already have an opportunity that you're looking at putting a bid in on? Have you seen something that's coming down the pipeline? And if so, what's that date? So you can see that right there will also have a big impact on the timeline for you even submitting the bid, let alone winning a contract. And then, do you meet the requirements of that particular opportunity that you're looking at? Do you have the capacity to deliver on that particular contract that they're putting out? Like, do you have the resources available? Do you know how to navigate the RFP process? Because when you're getting into these larger contracts, these multiple year contracts, which is the type of people, small businesses that gravitate to me, that's what your goal is, then you have to look at, what do you have in place already? What can you handle? How many projects are you currently working on, right? And then how many new projects can you take on? All of these things will impact how fast you'll bid a contract at the government level. Now, I mean, you could bid them, of course, for sure, but will you win it is the question. So my thing is, in my community, we only bid contracts that we have a shot at winning. And then the other question is, do you know how to write a proposal? Larger contracts are going to require a proposal. Unless you're being sole sourced an opportunity, and we're not having that conversation here today. That's when you're in the 8A program or one of the programs that will allow for that. And so if you're just making the transition over, more than likely, you're not even ready for that yet. So do you know how to write a proposal? So as you can see, the timeline depends on you more so than anything. And then the other thing it depends on is what opportunities are currently out there, and then when are opportunities coming out that is a good fit for your company. So once you know which agency is your client, then you can definitely look at their forecast, see what they have coming down the pipeline, and that will also give you an idea of the timeline it will take for you to start submitting on those opportunities. Now, out of all I've shared here today, the one thing I do know is when that opportunity comes out, you need to be ready. Not getting ready, but ready. Not learning the RFP process, not learning how to write a proposal. You need to be ready, because there's going to be a timeline associated with, here's this opportunity, it just came out for bid, it's going to have a due date. And so it's not going to allow for you to learn how to write a proposal, how to move through the RFP process, get your SAM registration done, apply for your certifications. You need to be doing those things now. So I'm going to tell you, make a checklist of what we covered in this video today, but also grab the 5 keys to your $1 million years of government contractor and use those two together to get your business ready for those government contracts. And then you'll have a better idea and estimate of about how long it will take you to get your business ready to the point to where you're ready to start submitting on some of these opportunities. And then from that, you'll know how soon it'll be before you could even possibly win your first contract. So if you'd like to learn how to navigate the RFP process so that you can add a new stream of revenue to your business, work with the best paying client in the world, and add multiple 6 and 7 figures in revenue to your business, you want to come talk to me about my government contract accelerator, because we can accelerate that process for you so you don't have to figure it all out on your own. We have a step-by-step framework that our clients are using to get to the finish line and start submitting faster than going at it on their own. I'll put the link down below. So don't forget, subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and go ahead and like this video. And then share it out to 3 people. 3 other small businesses that you know. Share the video out. Show some love today. And then I want you to remember, you're just 1 contract away. I'll see you right back here real soon. Bye for now.